And we back! Today's video might be somewhat complicated, but trust me, it's gonna be worth it. Because I can only trade players for players that they've been traded for before. Also, a fly in my room. Oh man, I can't get it. So hypothetically, if we do this random fantasy draft and our assistant GM drafts Paul George, that gives me the opportunity to trade for Domantas Sabonis, Victor Oladipo, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, or I guess Gallinari, really. And if you want to get real technical, we could trade it for Trey Mann or Jalen Williams because those people were a part of the trades. Now, obviously, it's not completely that simple because Paul George now has way less value than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, so I will have to use other players and other draft capital. So it won't be a one-for-one recreation of real life, but as long as I got one player from one team in the trade and another player from another team in the trade, that's all that really matters. And it'll make more sense once we get into it. Leave a like, subscribe, let's get into it. Start off by randomly selecting our team. We're gonna stop in 3, in 2, and in 1. We're running with the Minnesota Timberwolves today. Let's see what pick we have. We have pick number 8. We'll take that. Lucky number 8. I don't know if, I think I just read that they got me Stephen Curry, which feels crazy if Steph Curry is the 8th player that gets drafted in these fantasy drafts, but I'll take it. That's a player that stays on this team. Obviously, he's a player that's never been traded before. And I haven't really figured out what I'd do if I get a team full of players that's never been traded before. So let's hope we get the Ish Smiths and then the Jeff Greens, and we got, nope, that's not us. I was gonna say, we got Trae Young. That feels really high for Trae Young. No, we are the Minnesota Timberwolves, and we do get Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. See, now, Klay Thompson has never been traded before. Myles Turner has never been traded before. Tari Eason has never been traded before. Quentin Grimes has never been traded before. But Ben Simmons has. Jose Alvarado, no. Jordan Nwora has, right? Bruno Fernando, probably. I don't know, but probably. Gary Harris, yeah, we got traded to the Orlando Magic, didn't he? Dalen Terry never. So we low-key got a team of players. What, 80% of them has never been traded before. But since Ben Simmons has been traded and Klay Thompson hasn't been traded, I can use Klay Thompson in the Ben Simmons recreation. So basically, this is telling us we have to trade for James Harden. That's our only real get right now. We have to trade for James Harden. I'm going to Google to see what a Bruno Fernando trade looked for. Hey, listen, maybe Bruno Fernando was a part of a big trade that I just forgot about, and he was just a roster filler. We're going to find out. Transactions for Bruno. Oh, he has been traded. Traded by the Bulls. I don't even remember that happening. This is on draft night, though, or close to draft night. Isaac Bonga. He was traded for Theo Maledon. DeLon Wright. Yeah, Daniel Tice, and then recently was traded for. Alright, well, those aren't fun, but we do got the James Harden one to work on, so that's the one we going to first. James Harden and Steph Curry potentially playing together. How do we feel about that? I don't really know just yet. We're going to have to think about it. All right, let's see. They're not going to say that because, believe it or not, Ben Simmons has dropped a lot since this trade has happened, and James is still pretty good at a 90. But since we also have to make things work on their end, we can get a use of Nurkic and potentially move him. Oh, no, we can't because they don't actually have a lot of contracts. Klay Thompson's contract is too huge. We'd have to convince them to take Miles, and they still got to make up $28 million, which is like these 3 players. Because I don't want to get Miles Bridges because Miles Bridges never been traded before. So he would just be another one of those people that's sitting on the roster. So we'd have to ask for these 3 to make it work, and then they'd have to take back a player like Barry Walker, and then they have to take back another player like Patrick Baldwin Jr., and financially all of this works, and now we have to throw in picks and hope that they're valuable. 2-star pick, not valuable enough, and so what do we do if we can't make the trade happen? I don't know. We might have to trade a Wardell Stephen Curry because the challenge has to get off the ground, and the James Harden trade is the way of doing it, and they really want Steph. There's got to be workaways, and that's what we're working on next. Because Ben Simmons never only been traded one time, so it can't be that. It's not like there's another Ben Simmons trade out there to do. Ooh, what about draft day trades? Is that something I should look into? Because there's a lot of draft day trades do be happening. For example, Quentin Grimes on draft night was traded for Keon Johnson in the second. I'd rather have Quentin Grimes personally. Yeah, no, but we really have to figure out exactly how to get Ben Simmons for James Harden. I mean, the only thing I could think of, because the contracts pretty much match up right now, is James Harden for Ben, and we just give them every first-round pick we got. And then wait, but then that also pigeonholes us because James hasn't been traded a ton in his career. I forgot how crazy this trade was to get him to Brooklyn. I mean, look at all of this. Victor Oladipo's in here. But Marshawn Beauchamp was a pick that turned into it. But we do got Jared Allen. And Tari Eason is in this trade. So wait a minute. I can add Tari Eason to this trade because Tari Eason was traded for James Harden down the line. Does that make sense? I don't even know if that makes sense. All right, okay, so Tari Eason, first round pick. Ben Simmons, another first round pick. No, another first round pick. Thank you. James, welcome to Minnesota for at least a little bit of time. I don't know what to do next because now we just got James Harden, and as we can see, he ain't been traded a ton. Unless you want to go trade him for Seth Curry. Jared Allen is an option. Jared Allen has been traded a few times in his career, including draft night. This was before he was drafted. And then he was a part of the big trade. Then he stayed in Cleveland. So, nope, that's not anything interesting. There's not a lot of names from this trade that's fun. Karis LeVert and Victor Oladipo are fine, but they're not helping us win no championship. So, we're kind of at a spot where it's like, what do we do next? I got to figure out what the Gary Harris trade was. The Gary Harris trade can save us right now. Gary Harris was traded for Doug McDermott on draft night by, of course, the Chicago Bulls, for those that don't remember, because I remember that one vividly. And he was traded with R.J. Hampton in a first for Gary Clark and Aaron Gordon. Yes. Aaron Gordon. We're trading. Yes, that's a good trade, man. That's a very good trade. But Aaron Gordon's only been traded once, so basically we capping out again. But I don't care at this point. We need to make moves, and moves need to be made, so we got to flip Gary Harris for Aaron Gordon. But if we ask for a little bit more, that can jumpstart the next trade. See, I'm trying to think 2 steps ahead on this. So boom, Aaron Gordon, there he is, trade finder. Okay, start off with Aaron Gordon. Obviously, we have to get Gary into that trade. We got to make up $3 million. Who else do you have on your team that's interesting? Al Horford. How many times has Al Horford been traded? He got traded from OKC. I remember that. But, like, I don't think he's been traded a lot. I know he's played for some teams, but a lot of that is by his own doing. So let me double check. He was traded for Danny Green once, and then he was traded for Alperen Sengun. That's it. I would rather not. Vucevic was traded for Wendell Carter and Franz Wagner. Boom. This guy could potentially save us right now. Kawhi Leonard traded for DeMar DeRozan and George Hill. Bradley Beal has not been traded. Joe Ingles, I don't think he was traded. I think he was just released or didn't get picked up. JaVale McGee and Jeff Green are both players that I need to look at because Uncle Jeff has been in the league for a million years, so he had to be getting traded a few times. So he got traded for Ray Allen, which Ray Allen was in the league right now. He got traded for Kendrick Perkins and Nate Robinson, which they were in the league right now. Austin Rivers was a part of a trade, but that's it. And then Matisse Thybulle. All right, so Uncle Jeff don't really help us too much. People on Twitter are starting to call me Unc because I'm old now, and I don't like it. Yeah, JaVale McGee is only traded for Isaiah Hartenstein. So I do believe we try to pry Vooch away from them, and then we have to give them back like Miles Turner, and that's not gonna be good enough for sure. But no counters, y'all don't got no counters. Okay, we give you DT. They still don't want that. DT's only 1.5 star value. I don't know why I expect them to be higher. PB and J. That's his nickname. Sheesh. They just beat me up. Do we throw Quentin Grimes here? I think we have to. And then 1 first. And then 2 seconds if we need. This is a lot, man. This is a lot for Aaron and Vucevic. But they still don't. Oh, man. I thought that was going to be enough. So instead of Miles, do we give them Clay? I mean, there's a world we could keep Clay and just have him run a 3 for the video. Or would I rather keep Miles because he's an 85? You know what? I'll throw them Clay and see what they say. That rhymes. They still say no because what was that? They said this proposal will give us to spend an excessive amount on shooting guard. Who's your shooting guard? Bradley Beal. And you also got Kawhi. So if I change Clay's position to small forward, you probably don't say the same thing for SF, but I'll try it anyway. Why not? I'm already liking this challenge, man. I like these challenges to make me think and try to be way more strategic. Because a lot of the challenges like, hey, trade for the best player. This is not that situation. It's kind of hard to do that. This happens way often than it should. I completely forgot what we were doing. Who were we trading for again? Aaron Gordon. It was Aaron Gordon. Right. And what team was Aaron Gordon? Oh, man, I'm all over the place. I think it was a red team. It was a red team. Okay, that's just how I keep track of everything. What color was their jersey? All right, cool. It was Aaron Gordon and then Vooch, who both played together back in the day, for Klay Thompson and then Gary Harris. Trade exception. And that, what did they say the same thing about small forward? I knew it. That's tough, man. That's tough. What if I did reverse trade finder there and I picked these 2 dudes? They won't. Oh wait, it has to be It has to be Gary Harris. I keep forgetting. I just thought I did something, but it has to be Gary Harris instead of Jose Alvarado. And it looked like they value Jose Alvarado more. You can actually still have Jose Alvarado. And we don't want to take on extra salary. Okay, then just give us back another guy that's making some money. Give us back Jingling Joe. Oh my God, this is so awful. Give us back Jingling Joe, and we'll take Uncle Jeff. And now you just got too many people. This is awful. Oh, there it is. It's a huge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players here. 10 player trade. But we got some stuff to work with. Javon Carter, welcome to the team. The basis is Gary Harris for Aaron Gordon. Boom. Now we can trade Vucevic away for Wendell Carter or Franz Wagner if we need to. I don't know what either of their overalls are. I'm going to assume that Wagner is the more valuable because he's just better. He's an 84 as well. Okay, that's not too bad. Ooh, yeah, I hate this trade though. Yeah, I really hate this trade. We definitely don't want to do that one. But okay, what about Wendell Carter? Yeah, this trade's not very good either, huh? It's not, we get Trey Jones, who I don't think has been traded, but yeah, okay. As of right now, our potential lineup looks like Curry, James, Thompson, Gordon, Boots. That ain't bad. That ain't too bad. That ain't too bad. I'm going to go through the archives of some of these other players like Joe Ingles because maybe there is a trade that I completely forgot about that can help us right now. I found it. I found the trade that's going to help. So, I was wrong about Joe Ingles. He did get traded. Joe Ingles got traded, and part of this big old trade was Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And then the same day, there was another trade when Nickeil Alexander, I'm sorry, not the same day, the same day, a year later, Nickeil Alexander-Walker got traded in the trade that had D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt. Those are 3 players that I'm interested in. Also, Mike Conley was a part of this trade. So I'm just saying, if I trade Joe Ingles for Nickeil Alexander-Walker, that can help me turn it into Malik Beasley or Jared Vanderbilt or D'Angelo Russell. So that's option A right now. Or I could go route number 2, which is trading Joe Ingles for Juancho Hernan-Gomez. And Juancho Hernan-Gomez down the line was traded for Clint Capella and Robert Covington, which is interesting. You also got Patrick Beverly in the trade, and then Chris Dunn in the trade. So it's basically, do you want Patrick Beverly and Clint Capella, or would you rather take D'Angelo Russell or Jared Vanderbilt? Clint Capella on this team kind of works. I won't lie to you. Clint Capella kind of works. And if we do the Clint Capella trade, then we can trade Vucevic for Franz Wagner. I think I'm gonna trade for Juancho Hernan-Gomez using Joe Ingles. Boom. This is why you gotta do your due diligence. You got to, oh, he said free agency? So I'll just add him to the, I don't have to, I can do both. Hernan-Gomez is now be a part of a trade that's with Clint Capella. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, this is greatness right here. This is what you call greatness right here. Yeah, I don't play enough 2K to recognize what overalls are nowadays. Okay, so here's the Joe Ingles trade. Oh wait, no, was it the Juancho? What am I doing? Is it Juancho or is it Joe Ingles that need to be traded here? No, Juancho does need to be traded. Good thing I checked. So this trade works out almost perfectly. The only problem is I was thinking about trading Nikola Vucevic to get Franz Wagner. That kind of kills this mission. But I do have to throw in some type of contract, so bite the bullet. Dennis Schroeder's in this trade. I know Dennis Schroeder has been traded before, so that's another opportunity to flip to somebody else. Worth? Is this Worth? Worth. I'm doing it. Boom, Clint Capella, welcome to the team. Ooh, Dennis Schroeder was traded. Jaden McDaniels. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Let's go make this happen right now. That's priority number 1. Jaden, double check. It's not Jalen, it's Jaden. Why does Jalen have his picture, but Jaden doesn't? Jaden's the better player at this point in their careers. He still ain't got a picture in the game. Boom, perfect. Schroeder. It's like they know exactly what we're doing. Would I rather give up Javon or would I rather give up the other? Rather give up PB and J? I'd rather give up PB and J. Deal. Oh, that's great. That's great. So right now we still have Joe Ingles to trade for Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and Walker can help us get Jared Vanderbilt. That's how I'm thinking. Walker can help us get Jared Vanderbilt. Hey man, again, if you're enjoying the video, be sure to leave it a like. It really does help. Oh, his name is Alexander Walker, not just Walker. Duh, Kenny. Boom. Dalen Terry, Joe Ingles, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. So now I got to figure out would I rather have Malik Beasley, D'Angelo Russell, or Jared Vanderbilt. And I think the answer is Jared Vanderbilt. because my point guard position feels fine with Steph Curry and then James. I'm moving James back over to the 2, but you know James can run the 1, so I don't really need like a real good backup point guard like D'Angelo Russell would be. The shooting guard position definitely could help him Malik Beasley, but I think Malik Beasley's overall is not good in the game right now. So I think I'm going to prioritize Jared Vanderbilt and let him be the engine off the bench. Get it? Because his nickname is V8, and the V8 is an engine. At least that's what I've been told. I don't know anything about cars, but I think that's true. So it is $4 million, and it has to be Nickeil Alexander-Walker's making $5 million. Okay, do we have first? We got 1 first and a bunch of seconds. Oh, just 1 first gets it done. All right, so we feel good. Our center position needs some help for sure, and then our shooting guard position is very rough. Now we got to look at Javon Carter, B. Will, and Jeff Green again, and then this guy who I don't think he's ever been traded. But we got to look. We just got to look. I feel like you got to do your due diligence. So my due diligence is looking up Javon Carter, who shout out to he's my cousin by proxy. He was traded for D'Anthony Melton. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. D'Anthony Melton can help us, and he can run some too. So Javon, D'Anthony Melton attached. D'Anthony Melton is pretty much the only player to trade for right now, based on the players that are on our roster. Now we do have the opportunity to go into free agency and sign somebody and use that as a jumping off point for a trade. But let's focus on Javon Carter getting traded right now. We got to make a $5 million, so we'd have to throw them Uncle Jeff. Sorry, Unc. Had to do what we had to do. That's pretty good. Now our shooting guard position looks like one of the better positions with James Harden, Quentin Grimes, and D'Anthony Melton. That looks really good. We might not have many trades to do other than a center. So I want to go into free agency and look at every single one of these dudes and figure out who we can trade them for. So let me do some Google, starting off with every single one of these top dudes I'm looking into, like PJ Tucker, Daniel Gafford. Oh, Daniel Gafford for Daniel Tice. I was a part of that trade. I was there for that trade when it happened. I didn't like it in the moment. I still don't like it to this day. Shout out to Gaff. But yeah, that's the backup center we need. That's the backup center we need. He's got a decent overall. He's still on his rookie deal. He signed an extension, but it don't kick in yet. He's making 1.9. So we throw him with Tice. They gonna say no, but they just want 1 second round pick. Come on, man. Come on, man. Finesse. And just like that, we might be done making trades. Let me make sure everybody got the right positions. I wish there was a swing for the fences trade where I package Klay Thompson plus one other person to make something big happen. It never became an opportunity. So we'll have the Splash Bros with Harden in the middle of that, with Aaron Gordon and Clint Capella. Then off the bench we have Jared Vanderbilt, we have Jaden McDaniels, Quentin Grimes, D'Anthony Melton, and then I'm gonna make it a 10-man by having Gaff get minutes as well. I mean, that's a championship quality team. It helps that you have one of the greatest. I'm sorry, you have 2 of the greatest of all time on your team, and then one of the greatest shooters on top of that. I feel good about our chance to win this championship. First game was a 20-plus point win, and you know what? I love every time I have Steph on my team. I make it a mission to make sure that people understand that Steph is him. So I give him 40-plus minutes every single time. I don't know what Steph averaged. It wasn't that. Awards, boom, 60-win season. Steph Curry he made third team. Great, we'll take that. He averaged 31, 8, and 6 on 50, 40, 90. They got to stop being so disrespectful to one of the GOATs, man. They got to stop being so disrespectful, especially considering we the 1 seed on top of that. You know what I'm saying? The boys put together a really good team. We're going against Tyrese Halliburton. Oh, we got the Tyrese's. The Tyrese. What's the nickname of this team? The Tyrese's. Reese's Pieces. It's got to be something like that. It's something along those lines. It's 2 of them. Their name is Reese. I don't know. We beat that team in 5 though. Yeah, 5. Okay. Golden State Warriors. You're next. Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, 2 guys that are currently on the Golden State Warriors with Gary Payton and Jonathan Kuminga, then Wendell Carter. This is a small team, man. Gary Payton is like a 5'6" small forward, and then Wendell Carter is like 6'3". This is a very, very small team. We got size with Clint Capella, Aaron Gordon, and Daniel Gafford. Game 1 is a win, and it's a good one too. Steph Curry keeps showing them why you the guy. Game 2 is a win. Is this a team that's not taking a game from us? Absolutely. We get to the conference finals to go against the Dallas Mavericks, who have Luka Doncic. Even in the fantasy draft, he can't stay away from the city. They're running. This is the antithesis of the last team. The last team was too small. This team running double big. That's 2 near 7-footers on the court together. Now, Terry Rozier kind of messed that up because he's a small shooting guard. But I don't know how to feel. We're better. That's how I feel. That we're better. You know, we ain't even had to unlock our secret weapon just yet. We just beating teams normally. Well, don't let us unlock the secret weapon. He's still in the cage. Hey, the secret weapon's still in the cage. Y'all want to see that boy come out. We got Shea and DeJounte with Josh Okogie. Wow, for a fantasy draft team, this is well constructed. Maybe the three-point shooting is lacking. Actually, the three-point shooting is lacking a ton. We're going to kill them in the three-point shot. Watch. Every single game. Game 1 is a win. Watch we kill them in the three-point shooting. We hit 15. They hit 9. Come on, man. I be knowing what I'm talking about. Game 2 is a win. We hit 21 threes. They hit 8. Yeah. They're made. Oh, you can't see that, can you? Trust me. They hit 8. Yeah, that's the thing. We're going to kill them in that. They hit 11. We hit 19 and lost. Hello? 19 threes and lost? Clay, what are we on, brother? Game 4 is a win. 9 threes to 19. You just not going. We won by 52 points. Steph, don't mess around. I forgot James Harden was chilling. We didn't even have to bring out the secret weapon, which was game 6 Clay. He didn't even have to show. He didn't need no appearance in this one. Steph Curry with a triple-double to close on game. 19 threes to 10. That team was good. Like, that's a good-looking team. They was just missing something on top, and we had that. If we go to teams, we probably average the most made threes in the league. Yep, by 2. I mean, you have James Harden, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson. You're going to hit a lot of threes. We attempted the most, too, and then our percentage was the best. Oh, are we the best three-point shooting team in history? I don't know. Highest percentage, got a lot of attempts, made a lot. Like, come on. It does not get better than that. If you enjoyed it, leave it a like. As always, man, the comment section is always open for different video ideas. We always looking for some stuff. BP percentage. Wow. I never noticed that was a thing in this game. You enjoyed it. Leave it a like. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.